Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of the Non-League to Legend French Save, where we look to take Paris 13 Atletico up the divisions, make them go professional, and then topple the likes of PSG. Since we last met, we have obviously done our planning. We have had pre-season, and it's gone mostly, for the most part, very, very well. You would have seen all the new signings and the team and the fact that we're going 4-2-3-1. You might be thinking, Damien, why is it not the opening day? It is because you haven't clicked the like button yet. So give it a like and let me know in the comment section where you think we'll finish with the new signings. And if you haven't watched the last episode, go check it out. There's a bit of drama. The main reason why, though, that's good English. The main reason we are here, not on the opening day, is we know the board have been looking to get rid and come out and do what they need to do and sell and whatever. We've had a couple consortiums pull the plug. Let's hope this one goes through. A tycoon eyes Paris 13 Atletico. Could be the subject of a takeover bid amid the rumours that chairperson Federic Pereira is looking to leave the club. WhoScored.com is reporting that a mystery foreign tycoon is looking to complete a buyout of the club, invest large sums of money in new players and facilities, and as you can tell, no note about sacking little old me. I'm all for it. I haven't worked under a tycoon ever on FM. We actually tried to do a Portuguese save with Lustinha La Rosa, who have a sugar daddy owner, after we said that I've never done a save with big amounts of money and resources while still being in the lower levels. And my whole community last year told me, Lustinha La Rosa, that the guy just pumps money. I think I was the only save last year where he decided to step away from the club after 6 months and no longer fund any more money and wasn't in charge and relinquished control. So let's hope this one goes through because I feel like I'm due. And the fact that we've got a mil in the balance, you won't know how I've done that if you don't watch the last episode. So go watch that. We sold Shane and loaned him back. But here we are, opening day incoming. I will go through the results of preseason very quickly, though, before we cut away. You would have known if you watched last episode, we did a little bit of that. 3-0 up here, conceded late. 2-0 up here with the rotating side, conceded late. Yet again, 2-0 up, made all my changes, conceded. So 3 games where we've conceded where the reserves have come on. Against Lyon, we actually was at 1-1 and we scored a 93rd minute penalty to win again. Against Rotterdam or Roma, Marvin or whatever, our first clean sheet. One of our new signings, and Dosu made an appearance and scored. I don't know if we actually signed him in the episode, but there he is. And then I've then gone to work, come home. Our first game on stream, this happens. 27 shots, 12 on target, XG of 2.13, 60% possession, and Mess, who failed to get promoted from the National Third Division, held strong, scored 70th minute, and FM'd me with their only highlight that they had. If we could play that well every game for this season, we would maybe be in the playoff push, but we need to be clinical. We know this guy can be clinical. Let's just hope that was a one-off and we don't get FM'd here on the opening day against Grenoble. In terms of the season preview, I did mention this last episode, but we moved up from 18th to 17th with the signings. I still think we're going to play a 4-4-2 for whatever reason. If you have a look at Grenoble, they finished in the playoff spot and then got knocked out in the playoffs, but they were predicted to come 11th this year. So on paper, a very winnable game. What we are going to do is going to cut away YouTube, and when we come back, we have the opening day of the season as we embark on our second year in League 2, and I think my goal is a mid-table finish. Could we go better? Maybe. Could we go worse? There's potential for that too. Welcome back, YouTube. Opening day, Grenoble. Let's walk you through the team that we have on the opening day. Can I just say, Stadia Lavia, so I still think are going to be fighting us for relegation if we're in this battle. Got beat after leading 1-0 by VAFC, who are newly promoted. We've got the team as follows. We did make a signing, though, before the last game. We had Sabres on trial. We had a really good 2-3 trials games that we had over the 2-week period. So we had a contract in, and he did accept it before the deadline of this game, at least. So he's registered. He's quick, is what I will say. He has tried to play at the top flight in Belgium, has failed it every time, apart from that game came in their B team, so there you go. But I'm hoping that one step below, in a second division, maybe he can do a job. That's your team on paper. For those that maybe don't know the signings, we will click on the players as we go through. Lucas Schniller, new goalkeeper, Bayern Munich, protege, learning under Neuer, sweeper keeper and attack as we're looking to... This is the first year I'm going to look to implement a possession-based philosophy and see if we can implement it. And if we can't, we can't. Saywers, who we just showed you, or Saywers, yeah, I think it's Swers, or yeah, whatever. Answers. Just give me answers. Marissa's playing right back. We obviously know about Marissa. He has been developing really, really, really well. He's got a reasonable right foot hit, so I've put him on the right-hand side of the two because Gozzi's also left-footed. If you have a look, it's Gozzi. He's only got a good left foot, no great right foot. But the thing I like about him is he's quick. Yes, I think the height does worry us. Lucas obviously been a big part of the save already. You know about him. The midfield too have not changed. Masawemu still here, still fantastic. Still think he's going to do a really good job for us. Do you think there's a world where August Stewie, if he has a really good time off the bench, could replace him in the middle of the park? Obviously, we all know what's happened with Shane. Watford came in, gave me 1.4 mil, 700k up front, 700k over clauses, plus another 200 and something k if he plays for the USA one game, which I think he will. On top of that, we get 50% whatever he sells on for, which, you know, he's worth 11.5 to 14 mil. We get 50% of that. It's a really good spot to be in. And then on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, we also get him back on loan for the rest of the season for free. Great. This is where things look a little bit different. I'll go through the two players you know. You know Collie, he's now vice captain, will be captain for most games because Castro will be on the bench or not make it. We know how good he is. Hopefully he has a year like last year, would be fantastic. You know, guys know about Barker. Yes, we could move him on, but he had a really good time in the Shadow Striker last year. So we're just going to give him the first 6 months, see how we go. And then, yeah, we'll see with what we do. And then obviously indoor... We're going to train him on the left. I'm now playing him on the right. I think he's great. Quick, young. One of the Senegalese lads. Obviously, we signed one of their, other friends earlier on in the save, and it wasn't particularly great to create that link from taking Senegalese players across. And then it seems to have opened doors for plenty of them. And then we've had Dosu on the other side, who's learning to play on the left-hand side. And if you have a look at him, he is just as good, if not better. Let's just see what happens here. If these two get growing, the two wingers get growing and start getting, chipping him in some goals, we're going to be in a really, really good time of it. That's your team. Your bench has got Matty, who can play left and right back. Karamoko and Acadia is two different centre backs. August Dewey is a creative midfielder. Ryan El Dejibali as a creative midfielder / centre attacking mid, who's got potential. Goulabali, the other Senegalese winger, and Marverin here as well. We're also getting Hamadou. SPQR 1903. Did we stay up? This is the opening day of the season, and yes, we are in League 2. We lost only 2 games in the last month and a half. We did draw a lot of games, but won a few, and that got us to 41 points. We stayed up. Notably, we were in the relegation fight for a long while, and then we just kicked it up a gear when the other team started falling around us, which was good. We beat Paris FC, and then from there, we didn't look back. It was nice. Anyhow, opening day, here we go. The 4-2-3-1, the first time I've looked to implement a philosophy of possession-based, good-looking, beautiful football. We've seen this 4-2-3-1 keep us up last year, where we played it in games where we did find ourselves on top in the 4-3-3 and moved 4-2-3-1. Let's see what it will be like for the first few months where we're actually going to go over it from minute 1 and see what we can do. We've played really well in pre-season. Yes, we just got FM by FC Mess, where we dominated and, we dominated, had 23 shots, didn't score and lost 1-0. But apart from that, it's worked in pre-season. We've scored a lot of goals, or we've scored at least 2 goals a game on average. And then obviously they've had a really, really, really... Grenoble had a really, really good year last year where they finished in a playoff spot. But here we go, opening day. For me, this is going to be how good can we be at home. I know in my mind, I want a mid-table finish. That's what I want. I want a mid-table finish. I want anywhere between 12th to 8th is where I kind of expect us to finish. And then anything higher than 8th is a really good year. And anything lower than that is whatever. Sanif wins the header, not so bad to Joe Lucas. Thumps one looking for Collie, who's quick enough to get there. Keeper came. Collie got there. We're already 1-0 up, boys. 20 minutes in, and Collie's left off where he was last year. Goal us all. 1-0 inside 20. Yes, we're in a possession-based system, but we still will look to exploit space where possible. And when you've got a guy who's one of the quickest players in the league, you get him there. Keeper was never getting there with Colley's speed. We're 1-0 up. Colley has his first goal of the season. He also has the captain's armband. Apparently we're checking for offside. Don't even think it was close. Miles. 63% of the ball. 2 shots, 2 on target for a goal. It's a very good start. A very, very, very good start. And here we go. That's what we're trying to build. Ball-playing defenders. We're going with it. Dosu back stick. Endor. The 2 Senegalese teenage sensations link up. One of them takes the set piece at the back stick. And the other one heads home. It is 2-0. And the 2 new boys link up. Joe Lucas now whips one. Back stick. Masawemu heads over, unfortunately. Is it Masawemu? Mawisa, sorry, not Masawemu. Masawemu's in the middle of the park. Mawisa heads over. Very good start, though, here. This would not be nice. Great save from Chanella. And then, unfortunately, didn't make the double save. Got sort of stuck in the post. We concede right on half-time from a set-piece highlight. It's just... Ugh. Can't really blame the keeper here. He's made a pretty good save, and then that's just the animations killing him, where it's hit him and gone in the head, where if he just stands up, he makes a good save. Unfortunate to concede right then. I'm delighted with the start, though. We did play Grenoble in a game at home last year where we led 1-0, 2-1, and 3-2, and we drew 3-3. So we know that they know how to come back against us. This next goal will be crucial in this game. Ideally, I wouldn't mind it staying 2-1. Gozzi, good touch. He is a quicker centre-back, which should help us with the sweeping up over the top. Saber's on a booking, but he's quick enough to beat people. Endor, Mawisa. I love how high Sabres is getting. Joe Lucas is in a good spot too. There he is. Whippage. No whippage. Indosu. Sewers. Oh, unlucky from the fullback on attack. Nearly. 2-1. $60 minutes played, 61% possession. We've looked good. Apart from conceding, we've looked good. I'm going to make a couple of changes here. First, I'm going to get Ryan in. Not as a shadow striker, but he's actually going to go advanced playmaker. On attack, link the play up a little bit. Secondly, Alguersuari is going to go in. We are going to go and get him in as a bit of a regista, trying to push forward, get on the ball and dictate play. Would be quite nice. Sabres is on a booking and looking a bit tired, so we will get Matty in, and he's just going to go inverted wing back on support in his preferred role. Marverin will come in, coming back from injury, but I'm not going to use him too much, but we have to use him off the bench, you feel. And we're going to leave one last change for the late doors. Don't want to change system too much this year. I'm actually going to try and stay positive and build the system as much as possible. There is a part of me that maybe we should go 4-3-3 to try and hold on here, but I think we're going to be good enough in most games to play the possession-based system. And Marvin, fresh legs. Colley wanted it. Colley was ignored. Now it's a ball back stick. What a save from their keeper. I was already celebrating an indoor double. We've been really unlucky. Even their goal was like, whatever. Anyway, Ryan, good ball out there to Matty, not known for overlapping. Ball out there to Marvin was fantastic. He's onside. Cuts it. Colley cleaned off him. They're on the break here. Wow, here we go. Well done, Matty. It's going to fall to him. No, it won't. Matty's actually done really well. We've been the better side. We deserve it. Outside of the boot, what a ball. Indoor. Looks for Colley. Poor ball. Don't like how this feels. This feels like the game that they beat us in last year. Or we drew in last year, where we always look like we're going to be the better team, but always going to concede a goal. Colley wants it. Colley gets it. To bury it. Don't have to worry about it now. I'm going to start time wasting and lower that tempo, I think. Play for a set piece as well, I reckon. Just to waste that time. 3-1 up. 84th minute. Colley's got a brace in the opening day. Marvin off the bench gets an assist coming back from injury. He picked up a 3 to 4 week injury in pre-season. Don't plan on using him anyway. He's going to be a bit more of a super sub. And that's the thing. If you're bringing players like him off the bench, we're in a really good spot. You might be thinking, Damien, you lack a striker on the bench. Yeah, I do. But I've got a natural striker. Barker's a natural striker. And Dosu's a natural striker. So if Collie does pick up some sort of injury, one of them will move up front and allow Marvin to come in the winger spot. I am going to give a debut to Hamadou, who's going to go out there. He's going to go in as a wing back there on defend. And just give him his debut as well and see how he goes. 85 minutes played. There will be a break after this as the ball gets cleared away. They might hit us on the break. I would be livid. Agustui does well. Matty, big ball out there to Marvin, who's in again. Cuts it. Collie, another goal. Collie's got a hat-trick on the opening day. It's 4-1. If we play like this, boys, this season, good things could happen. Great ball from Matty. Look for Marvin. Cuts it to Collie, and there we go. 4-1. This system is not too dissimilar to our 4-3-3 system. It's still a mid-block system on the press. We still look to press maybe a touch more, but it's a mid-block system. And all we do is we just drop it to positive. Mawissa's scored. It's 5-1. It's an absolute demolition job on the opening day. We're 5-1 up. Mawissa scores his first goal for the football club. If we play like this year, boys, unreal. 5-star Paris 13 Atletico are flying to the top of the table. End the count now. End the count. Just end the count. 17 shots, 9 on target, 2.64 XG. Very similar to what we did to Mess, but Mess we didn't score. I'm happy. Yeah, get FM'd in the friendly game. Win the actual league game 5-1. Let's just rattle off the performers there. Marvin off the bench, 9.2. Love it, because if he's going to be like that as a super sub, great. Collie, hat-trick, 9.2. Love it. Sanif, look good. Forwarding midfielder, that's great. Gozzi and Mawissa had a very good game as the partnership to the new partnership. Joe Lucas looked good. And more importantly, Dosu and Endor, a goal / and an assist for each of them in the game as well as Dosu set up Endor. I'm over the moon with that. The only people you might look at and go, he didn't have a good game was probably Barker in the hole. But we know what he's capable of on his day. I am very, very, very happy with that. That was comprehensive, boys. Comprehensive. Unreal. That was a great performance. And there we go. Fires us, top of the tree, and the count, and we would go up as champions. There we go. In the games that we need to see for the newly promoted side, Red Star finally came up. They lost on the opening day. VAFC beat Stadio Lavios, of which we've already mentioned. And then I'm looking for the other team that came up, Power FC. They've lost 1-0, but I don't see it on the list. They might have played the day before. And Lorient lost. And Anarchy, who is not a particularly good side, even though they had a good year last year, lost as well. So straight away, I'm looking at those being the teams we target and finishing ahead of. And if we finish ahead of all those teams we just mentioned, we're inside 12th. Well, that's as good of a start as we could have hoped for. Well, actually, the best start would have been a 5-0. But a 5-1, I'm happy with. There we go, boys. We've made money. We've had a good pre-season. And we've capped it off with a stellar start to the league. Can we continue it? Let's find out. I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.